Hey everyone, welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Ian, and on this channel I talk everything mobile narrative filmmaking. Everything from pre to post-production I will cover in hopes that you will create your own short films to get yourself out there. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Today we're going to be talking about focus in FiLMiC Pro. Now there's a long technical definition for focus, and I'll leave that in the description if you're curious as to what that is, but the definition you'll actually remember is having what you want the viewer to see in the frame crystal clear. That's the easiest definition I can come up with that you will remember. There are two ways to set focus in FiLMiC Pro. You can use the square reticle on screen when you open the app, or you can use the manual slider at the bottom left corner of the screen. The default reticle when you open the app is super easy to use. Just place the box over what you want in focus, tap to lock, and you're done. I personally prefer to use the manual controls. I feel that this method really helps me to dial in the certain look I want for a particular shot. It's incredibly precise, and it makes me feel like I'm actually using a real camera. There is also an autofocus option. This is ideal for run-and-gun filmmaking, walk and talks, or vlogging. To enable autofocus, you simply double tap on the right square reticle. The box will then enlarge and move to the center of the screen. Anything in that box in the center of the screen will be in focus even when the camera moves. You can also use an auto exposure feature. The exposure reticle is the circular reticle on the left right when you open the app. And like the autofocus, you simply double tap on this circular reticle to enable auto exposure. You can also double tap this reticle and it will enlarge and cover most of the screen. These methods are great for getting acquainted with FiLMiC Pro, but I find the more acquainted you become, you'll want to use the manual controls like I do. I prefer to use those because it gives you more control over the image you want to capture. They are, in my opinion, more fun and way more reliable to use. The best option in FiLMiC Pro, in my opinion, is the ability to rack focus. The fact that an iPhone app can do this just completely blows my mind. Even better, it's insanely easy to do. You'll first want to make sure that you are in manual mode. Then turn on live analytics. Turn on focus peaking and leave it on until you have your in and out points. When you are ready, turn focus peaking off, hit the middle line in the center of the slider to initiate the rack focus. Insane, I know. You might have to do this a couple times to get it right, but still, it's way easier to do it here than on a DSLR or a cinema camera. One last thing about focus in FiLMiC Pro. I know most people don't like shooting on a smartphone because of the lack of depth of field that a DSLR or cinema camera can provide, and I totally get it. But there is a trick I have found to achieve that desired bokeh, or shallow depth of field. You'll first want to get as close as you can to the subject. You will most likely be filming a person, so you will want to use a wide lens. This will keep more of their face in the frame and not turn into an extreme close-up. You will also want to have the actor as far as humanly possible away from the background. This is why you most often see this effect applied outdoors. You have much more room in the background outside as opposed to being in a house or a building, etc. Here, you're going to also want to use the manual controls to really dial in the focus for the actor in the foreground to get as much blur in the background as possible. The effect will not be as good as a DSLR or cinema camera, but it's better than nothing. In the end, this is just a neat trick. It is not required at all to tell a great story. Remember that. And that's the video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell to get notified every time a new video comes out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.
I wanna run off and fly.